Hi students in 1301. This is Molly Adams. I am your professor of record for this course, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and introduce you to our course. I have been teaching high school English for 15 years. This is my 16th year. I have my master's in social work, which I did before I became a teacher. And then I also am 2 classes away from finishing my master's in English at UT Tyler so that I will be able to actually teach at a 4-year university level any English course that is commensurate with my experiences and my skill sets. I teach online and in person for Navarro as an adjunct faculty member. I have been working with Navarro for about 3 years. And as someone who is also a dual credit teacher, I do want students to know that are taking dual credit that I know exactly what is expected of them and do consider the balance between what you have to take in the way of your English 3 or 4 courses as well as what you're taking in dual credit. When your high school teacher is also your dual credit teacher, it's easy for those things to be blended. When it's separate, sometimes it is a little bit confusing, and there sometimes are conflicts between our deadlines and so forth. I do want you to know that I am working with your teachers on campus and with your teachers who are out, since some of you may have substitutes for a while due to your teacher being on maternity leave or for health reasons. And I am also in continued contact with Mrs. Tribble, who's in charge of dual credit at Navarro College, as well as Dean Terry Gibson, who is the academic dean that I answer to as far as my supervisor at the Waxahachie campus. If you have questions, you can contact any of those people at any time, as well as myself. So let me tell you a little bit about our Blackboard page. Because this is an online course, you are required to participate online. Your attendance in the course is judged by your participation in the online portions, the postings, the discussion board, the written tasks, and everything that is required online. If you are not posting, you are considered absent. So please make sure that you are following the guidelines that are delineated in the syllabus, as well as making sure you address the learning module, the discussion threads, the writing task, and any other pieces that are mentioned in the module explanation. Our census date for the course is, I believe, September 9th. That is considered the 12th class day. If you have not posted anything in Blackboard by that time, that is considered an excessive absence or a no-show, and you can be dropped from the course. So please make sure that any remaining issues you have with Blackboard that you sort out as soon as possible. It is really important that the majority of what we do in this course takes place on Blackboard, not via email. I would like to use email only as a backup and when we agree to have assignments submitted back and forth. Let's discuss that first before you send me lots of documents. And I hope that in the email that I just sent out with the attachment, if you will follow those instructions about emailing me an assignment that we have agreed that you will submit via email. Unless it says that, please try to get as much as possible posted on Blackboard. If there are technical issues with Blackboard, the first thing that you can do is report that to the help desk. I cannot fix a technical issue of Blackboard where there is an error. I can only reset passwords, and I can try to do some type of an update or refresh on certain sections of how I've designed it on Blackboard. But if everybody's on Blackboard at the same time, it can cause problems sometimes, which also can be complicated by the browser that you are using. If you are having trouble with Blackboard in one browser, before you start emailing me your documents, please try to open it in a separate browser. Sometimes it runs very seamlessly with Explorer. Sometimes it works okay in Mozilla Firefox. Sometimes it works okay in Chrome. One of the things that IT has told any of the professors that it works the least well with Chrome. So if Chrome is all you're using or you're using a Chromebook, you need to see about using another browser to see if that helps you with your Blackboard experience before you panic and start emailing me all your documents. Sometimes it really just is a software compatibility issue. Okay, so if we look at the Blackboard page, as you're listening to this, you might want to just look to the left, and you should see some categories in purple. You've got your launch page, which is actually where you can go into each of the different sections of your Blackboard class. Your course information is where there would be information about me, information about the course, office hours, etc. Announcements would be where I would post updates about the course, and I have been using that pretty frequently since we've had a lot of tech issues. So if you haven't read any of those, I would encourage you to go back and read them. You can also set up Blackboard to send you notifications when stuff is updated on there, especially if you're using the Blackboard app, which is a free app you can download to an Android or iOS smartphone. Underneath announcements, you'll see learning modules, and that's where you would have the module for each week and what we're working on. So we've already had module 1, which is establishing the writing workshop, talking about writing issues, looking at some texts about what writing is and what it isn't, and how we should interact with it. And then the second learning module this week will be over narrative writing, and so those things will be posted with some readings, some discussion board threads, and a short writing task for you to work on narrative writing. What we are using within the threads is to allow you to respond to what you read in the threads that are a response to the reading, and then in the fourth or whatever number it is, thread that is a writing task. That is not optional. That's for everybody to post on, and it's an area where you can comment on each other's writing, where instead of having it be a comment to me as your professor or a comment to the class, it is you posting your writing, very similar to if you had read it to the class or put it on the wall in the class and we did a gallery walk around if we were physically with each other. That's one way we can sort of have an online writing community and give each other feedback about each other's work. If that becomes problematic, which it appeared it was in the first week, then I will adjust that to be something that you send in those assignments instead of posting them on Blackboard. If that does change, I will let you know via the announcements or via a course email. You will also see a section for tests and quizzes. That is not something that we're going to use very frequently because this is a writing course, and so there are not very many tests or quizzes. There will be a final, and there may be some little short quizzes that we take across the scope of our course. We will not be using that very frequently. Then you've got tools. That's a good place to go where you can access mytutor.com, which gives you feedback about your writing, lots of help with using Blackboard, being able to email people in the course, accessing all different aspects of everything that's available to you through Blackboard. You can even go into the library through Blackboard. There's some video tutorials about how to use Blackboard underneath that, and then the last tab would be how you can access your grades. There's nothing currently posted in grades. Those will be updated shortly, and when I have done an update on grades, I will post a message to you that those have been updated. Please be patient, as rosters have just finally gotten sorted out, and I'm aligning people with the right course, that grades will follow within the next week so that you have an update on that. I would just make one more suggestion to you as we begin our time together in this course. Please consider that this course is a college course, not a high school course. And when we are talking about writing, or when we are talking about reading or sharing our writing or revising as not just a task, but as something we are becoming stronger writers. Please keep in mind that our discussion should center on the fact that we are a college class, and our discussion should not be directed at high school level learning, but it should be directed at college level learning. And I noticed in some of the posts, especially the responses to the Chase Melky video, that there seemed to be some, maybe it's irritation. I'm not really sure exactly what the feeling behind it is, but the tone of many of the posts seem to exhibit a lot of frustration, and the blog was merely posed to you as an item for discussion, not to represent my views as an instructor or a teacher. While I may agree with some of the things that are posted in there, I do not think that it represents everything that students need to hear. It really was intended to provoke discussion. So please keep in mind that as we read, it's not necessarily representing my beliefs as a teacher, but I am presenting to you different ideas so that you can develop your own style, your own voice, and your own set of beliefs about writing. My ultimate goal when you finish this course is for you to be able to write a paper, a written piece in any genre for any task presented to you in any college level course. We will cover all possible types of writing. We will look at all possible types of reading that would help us develop those writing skills and that toolbox of skills that you would need to be successful in a poli-sci course, in a science course, in an engineering course, in a business course, where you have to write different kinds of papers, annotated bibliographies, responses, analyses. I want you to be prepared for any of those types of opportunities. So I hope that you will keep an open mind as we continue to work together in this class to help you become really powerful readers and writers. As always, I'm looking forward to our work together. And instead of posting weekly videos, because of some technical problems I'm having with Blackboard on my end, I'm going to be posting audio. I will try to keep them underneath 5 minutes if I can, but because I had not posted an introductory video or audio, this one is a little bit longer because I just wanted you to have all of the information about our course. I hope you are well. I hope you're getting things sorted out and getting settled into your new classes. And I hope in the weeks to come that we become more comfortable with each other as we work together towards our goal of having you be prepared to tackle any writing task in any college level course. Have a good week.